folks, and welcome to Brick Talk TV, and welcome to our first instalment of streams building this Lego Mario Kart, Mario and Standard Kart set. So this set is just under 2,000 pieces at 1,972 pieces, which I'm guessing is probably symbol of 1972, which is probably where Mario was around, but I'm not sure on that. So over the next few streams we're going to be building this set. I think there's 17 bags inside the set, so I'm aiming to try and do half of those bags today if we can, but I'll probably do a stream for about 2 hours today, so we'll see which comes first, whether it's the 2 hours or the 8 or 7 or so bags that we need to get through today. And then I'll be following up with a second stream to finish this off, or to continue it next time as well. So keep an eye on the channel for when that's going to be. It won't be next week because it's bank holiday here in the UK and I'm busy, but it'll be probably the following weekend after that. And then after we've done that, we'll be moving on to Krusty Burger's set as well. So keep an eye out on the channel for when that's going to pop up. So nothing else really to update you on from the channel apart from that. Apart from this week, we did pass the 20,000 subscriber mark. So thanks to everybody who's actually joined and subscribed so far. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, why not hit it now? And let's get moving to 21,000. So with that in mind, let's crack open the box. As I said, there should be about 17 bags inside. Going to take them all out, put them back in the box as usual, and then we'll crack on building from bag number 1. So I'll go to the wide camera to start us off, so we can get a better view. So here's the box. As you can see, it's one of those new boxes now, which opens all the way around, and then you take the lid off. So let's just take off the plastic tapings around the box. For those of you that are interested, this set actually ends up being 32 centimetres long by about 22 centimetres high. That's 12.5 inches long or 8.5 inches wide. So it ends up being quite a large set. You can kind of sort of see it over there displayed. But let's crack open the box, see what's inside. So we've got some oversized bags there with the tyres and the actual wheels that we've been needing. There's bag 17, which I think is the highest. A couple of loose tyres in here as well. Got a slightly squished tyre there, needs to be sorted out. So there's bag 17, 15, 14 this side, 13, 12 and 11. Just stack these over this side. And then as usual we've got the instructions inside a paper bag as well. We'll put to one side for now. We'll be using the digital instructions as usual on here. So yeah. Juggle this about. So we've got bags 17 to 11 stacked in there, and I'll do the rest. So there's 10, there's number 1, number 2, number 9, 6 there, 5 and 3. I'll dig up, leave number 1 out, and we'll put this on the floor. So go into zoom mode. You can see here's the pieces. In terms of the instructions, as you can see from the iPad here, this is what we're going to be building over the next few streams. So we've got a stand underneath here where the cart can sit on, and then we've got Mario built, I think, as a separate part that we can stick inside, or maybe he's attached, who knows. Let's take a look. So let's crack on, open up bag number 1. Now let's start us off with a Technic square here, and we're going to stick a Technic pin inside the middle here, which is always a bit of a tricky one. So it's gone inside there. Then we're going to add some more Technic pins. We've got the standard black size ones and the longer blue ones. Longer blue one's going to go in the other centre hole on this side. So the black ones either side here. And we've got another Technic square here. We're going to attach that just on there. Okay, enough of that. Go back. And then we're going to add another couple of black Technic pins to the outer holes on this side here. So we've got something like this. Let's just move the camera slightly over a bit. There you go. So now you can see that. We're going to add another Technic square here, one of these grey ones. This little hand is annoying, isn't it? Right, and then we're going to add 4 Technic pins, 2 on each side here, like this, and same on the opposite side. Then we get one of these larger, we get 2 of these larger white squares here, and then we're going to add these on either side into these pins we just added. What is it with this little hand? Can you like tell it to go away? First time I've used it. So then we've got this T shape. We're going to flip this over. We're going to add some plates to the bottom. So we've got some 4x6 plates. We've got a couple of upward facing brackets in black, these smaller ones. And then we've got 2 1x3s in tan colour as well. So we'll start at the end with the upward facing brackets. They're going to go each corner here, followed by our 1x3 plates, then again our brackets, and then we can introduce our 4x6 plates here, going across the base. Then we get a couple of 2x6s in white, and they're going to go where our 4x6s end. We've got these longer 2x14s, I think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, 2x16s didn't do that long enough. And then we have again some 1x3s in tan. These 2x16s are going to go on the inside here. And then our 1x3s going further in here. Hey Ethan, welcome to the stream, hope you're good. Then we're going to get a black 2x16, I guess, and that's going to go inside here, just on the end there, so it's slightly longer than the grey ones. Flip this back over, get some 2x3 bricks, a couple of 1x2s in light blue grey, and then a 2x2 round. That 2x2 round is going to go in this centre point here, inside our square. Our 1x2s in light bluish grey, go either side here, and our 2x3s going in there. Then we've got some white downward facing brackets. These go just above the other upward facing brackets that we stuck in earlier down here. So we've got these brackets there. Then we've got some couple of yellow 1x1 round tiles. They go next to those downward facing brackets. And then we've got some Technic pins with studs on the end in red, and they're going to go into these squares here on that side, on this side, and then do the same on this side too. Then we've got some single upward facing brackets in blue. Three. There's a fourth one. Maybe it's stuck in the bag. There it is. These blue upward facing brackets are going to go And in each corner here. Oh, that's cool, Ethan. What Lego set did you get for your birthday? And happy birthday. Just going to put those in each of the corners there. Then we've got some larger upward facing brackets here. 4 of these in tan colour. They're going to go just on the inside of the blue ones. Ah, the McLaren set, cool. They just go on that side there. I haven't got any of the Formula 1 sets yet anyway. Then we've got these downward facing brackets and a couple of upward facing brackets. I think I'm going to sneeze in a minute, I can feel it. Maybe it's going to pass. And then these downward facing brackets go next to it here, so at the ends we end up with something like this. Ooh. Hey Brandon, welcome to the stream, hope you're good. Then we've got a couple of 1x4 plates in black that's going to go across those brackets that we just added on the top row, just like this here. And then we've got 8 of these larger, sort of skinnier but 2 stud deep brackets here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You're going to add 2 to the ends on each end. And one next to our tan coloured brackets here. And then one down this side too. Good to hear, Brandon, well done. Sounds like you're doing well. Then we've got 4 1x2s with the rounded ends. They're going to go above the upward facing brackets just to level off these row of plates here. So now you can see these are all level. Then we're going to get some double cheese wedges, 7 of these blue coloured ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and then we're going to add 3. I'm going to get my orientation right. Yeah, 3 down this way. Then 2 over here. Hey Lego builder, welcome to the stream. Yes, I do use a ring light coming down now because I was getting too much shadow before. I'm trying to reduce the shadow of it coming down, so I've got a ring light above, just up here now to try to help with that. Hopefully it makes it less dark for folks. Then we've got 4 more double cheese wedges. And these are going to go down this side here and also on this side here. Yeah, Lego builder, I knew what you meant. Yeah, a ring light is what I added. Not that long ago though, fairly recently, just to reduce the shadow, as I said. So then these white 1x2 tiles are going to go on these red pins here on each side. I know this 2x16 keeps falling off because it's only held on by 2 studs. It back on, stay there. So that's kind of what we've got so far. Now we're going to build 2 of these next things. Let's just put this to the side, get some 1x3 tiles and plates and just snap them together. Yep, on those. Where are they going? Either they're going to go across tops here of our brackets, so end up making a curve like that. Then we're going to build this. Oh, it's 2x16. Well, not stay on, stay there. So then we're going to get a 2x6. Going to add a 1x2 just on the end there. Then we've got these yellow 1x2s goes on. 1x2 with the round ends, 1x2 plate, and then a tile on the outside. Stick a 1x6 across this way, and then a 1x4 just on the back there. Add another 1x2 at the front, and then a 1x4 at the back. Then we'll take that and we're going to stick this just across on this side here now. Starting to get a little bit of height on this side. And we'll spin this round, and then on this side we're going to stick 3 of those double cheese wedges just to copy the opposite side. This is going to definitely be the base of the cart, I'm thinking. Then we're going to do the same thing that we did on this side here. So we get the 2x6 and the 1x2 plates. And then we're going to stick these handle pieces in. 1x6 going across. 1x4. This one goes across this way too. And we'll slide this out of the way. We'll then get a 4x6 here in light bluish grey, stick a 2x4 plate, dark bluish grey, back tile here, light bluish grey 1x2 tile just at the back. Then we've got one of these 1x4 semicircle pieces that goes on the first row of studs there. And then this is going to go over in this corner here. Then we're doing the opposite, I guess, for the other side. And then this is going to slide in on this side. Where we're at. Not quite finished yet with this bag though. To finish us off, I think we get a 2x6 here in dark bluish grey, get a upward facing smaller bracket piece here, then we're going to stick a 1x1 around, a couple of 1x2s with clips upwards here in the centre. 1x1 round again, and then an upward facing bracket again. Got something like this going on. Then we'll cover this with some double cheese wedges in black going right the way across here. Just like that there. Then at the ends we're going to stick some 1x2 with the rounded ends on here too. I do have my eye at the moment on the Arkham Asylum. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will purchase that. So we'll probably stream that build as well. It's more in the autumn time, so watch out for that while I think of it. So this piece here is going to go across here, give us a bit of curvature around there like that. And that's the end of that bag. Just go back to bag 2. Again, another fairly large bag. A couple of bags inside it. Lots of Technic pieces as well. Put this to the side. We're going to get one of these 11 long lever arm pieces here, and then we're going to get some Technic pins. So at one end here we're going to set this black standard Technic pin through. Then we've got the slightly longer blue ones with the longer ends that goes right the way through. Another one of those going at the other end too, and then one hole over, stick another standard one in there. Then we're going to add a 1x6 Ternit brick here. It's going to go through these holes, and then a 1x4 brick going through the other side, this end. Then we get a couple more pins. Going to stick one in the center hole on this side, and then the other one just over this side here as well, like that. Then we will double up what we've just added, so another Ternit brick on each side. Longer Ternit pin, but with the shorter end going in this hole, and then a standard one there, and on this side short one there, longer one at the end. Then we had another lever arm, another 11 long one that goes on there, feed that into here. I do dislike Ternit pins. I'm going to push that all the way through on that side there. Then we'll get these 1x2 in red with the Ternit holes in, just to cap each of these pins that are still sticking out. That to the side. We'll get one of these right angle pieces here. We're going to stick in a Ternit pin with the cross ends, one in that end, one in here. Stick another in the back. That's going to slide in on this side. Then we do the same again, but in reverse. Double this one up as well. Then this one can go in on that side. This is what we've got so far. This is then going to stick in to this gap here, hopefully. So actually sticks to the 2x16 that kept falling off. So now we've got something that looks like this. I'm going to add a couple of 1x3 bricks. I'm going to go on each side here. Back to the side, we're going to get a 7 length axle here. We're going to add a 1x2 Ternit brick with the cross hole in it. Put that part way through. I'm going to stick another one onto that, and then we get some more of these right angle pieces. Put them through. We're going to add some pins, so we've got that cross blue one again on the corner, and then a standard Ternit pin in the middle. Then we've got one of these red pieces here with a ball joint connector on top. That's going to stick into our pins, the ball joint connector sticking upwards. We'll put that down and we'll get one of these connectors here. I'm going to stick another cross pin in there, like this. It's going to go just above this red piece we just stuck in. We'll put a stopper piece on, spacer. Then a couple more of our Ternit bricks that we started with, 2 of those. Then we've got something that looks like this. Put that down. We'll get a 4 length pin this time, and we're going to get a funny ball piece like this. That's going to slide into our pin like this, and that's going to connect onto the end of our ball joint piece like this. Maybe this is for a wheel, like an axle piece. This is then going to fit in here. What do you reckon? Could that be for a go-kart wheel to be attached to? Maybe. At the moment that pin can slide out, so it's not totally secure, which is a bit weird. Didn't miss anything, did I? Don't think so. So that's in there. Now we've got to build one for the other side. That one on that side. Then we've got our ball joint connector again, sliding down, upwards. Then we've got our spacer or stopper piece. Then we'll stick our 2 standard bricks on. There's the other brick. Here you are. So that's that on there. Then we'll stick our pin in again into this piece. We'll go in here. Then we get another pin going through the ball there. And that's going to stick on there like that. Then this can go in this side. Again, these pins aren't secure yet, but meanwhile we're going to stick some plates over here. So we've got these 4x8s. Got our first 4x8 going across there, and then our others are going to go in here and in this side. Then we get a 1x8 plate and a tile, snap them together. It's just going to run across this section here, and then we're going to put some tiles on here. So we've got 6 2x3 tiles here. Run these 3 down there. Then we have a 1x8 dark bluish grey plate that goes on the end. And we'll run another 3 2x3s down here. Then at the front here we're going to get some semicircle pieces. We've got these single ones here, and then we've got some double ones as well. 3 studs over, single ones in first, and these double ones. And we'll put this to the side. We're going to get a 1x6 here, going to stick that onto a 1x8 plate here, so there's a 1 stud gap on each side. Each end we're going to stick a single cheese wedge, light bluish grey one, on this end onto this. and then we're going to get some longer build pins here, just run these through. And we're going to go through like this. So we've got these longer pins here. Then we get these 5-length rod here, or lever arm. I'm going to put 2 studs worth on each side here. Extend that out like that. Then we'll add another 2 in at the ends. Then we'll put that to the side. We're going to get another 5-length lever arm here. We're going to stick a pin with a ball joint in each end, and then a yellow pin in the middle hole, like this. Into that we're going to add these ball joint links here, one there, one there. It's going to go into another Technic piece that has another pin in it at the top. It's quite a detailed, this piece. And then this is going to go into the centre hole here and make something that looks like this. Then at the end here, to secure that, we're going to stick an extender into that side. And then there's more to add. That's very complicated. Then we're going to add one of these pieces. We're going to stick a short axle into it. Then we have a Technic pin with a cross end in that side with a spacer piece. It goes in facing upwards like this. And then we'll bring this back in, and this is going to go across this middle section here. Hopefully I can squeeze it in. That goes across there. Then we're going to attach some bits now. At the front here we're going to stick another arm through those pins. More of these ball joint connectors that we used already going into these pins on this side. And then we're going to put these down to keep these pin pieces in place that we stuck on earlier. So you can see how this is how the wheels are going to be moving. And then these pieces clip in here. This will help us, I guess, steer the cart. In a sense, the wheels will be able to move by this lever. Oh, cool, Brandon. Yeah, definitely get a Krusty Burger. I think it looks like a cool set, although it's quite small. Maybe a little expensive for the price, but I think it's quite a cool one. Then we're going to get these longer Technic pins again. Going to just put them through now, these holes, to secure these in place so they can't pop out now. So we've got that mechanism there, and then through the last hole we're going to get these shorter pins. We'll pass these through each side here, so it pushes into these parts here. So there we go, we've got this like this. Then we get a longer arm here just to cover up these pins in the middle there like that. Then moving around the front of the cart here, I think it's the front, we're going to add an extra bit on here. So we get a 2x3 here, upward facing pin bracket, so it goes in there, and another one. So we have a 1 stud overlap. Then we have a corner plate going underneath. We run a 1x4 blue brick across that overlap there, and at the end of it we have one of these longer pin bracket pieces there. Then one of these fatter bracket pieces there goes next to it, and then on this side we're going to put a white piece on bracket there. Then we'll cover this with a 2x2 jumper tile in red. We've got a 1x2 plate going in the top here to level this side off, and then a couple of 1x1 rounds, one here and then one on this side to level that off, and then this piece is going to spin around and it's going to connect to the front of our cart just there like that. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Got our two upward facing brackets going on our upward facing on our 2x3. Then we've got our corner plate going underneath. 1x4 brick in blue. In the upward facing bracket. Then we'll add our other downward facing brackets here and on this side. Jumper tile goes on. One by two bracket there, and then we've got our 1x1 round black plates again. This will clip onto that side of the carts. Then across the middle here, I'm going to stick a 2x8 plate, and then we've got a couple of ball joint pieces here, plates, 1x2s here, going just at the front in the centre. I've ended up got something looking like this. At the front here, going to stick some 2x3 light bluish grey tiles, 2 on each side. And then we have a log brick, a 1x2 black one, just going in front of sort of our steering mechanism there. Then we've got 2x4s and some 1x4s with the rounded ends. These go across the front here, right to the ends, followed by these blue 2x4s. Then we'll add these tiles on. Got this 2x2 slope brick hanging in the front, and then another curved semicircle piece at the front. I think that's the end of bag 2. So moving on to bag 3, smaller bag this time. So get a 2x2 plate first for the graduated connector here. We're going to add a 1x2 light bluish grey tile in this direction, and then we're going to join that with another 2x2 plate with a graduated connector, so they're back to back like this. Then we've got a 2x2 curved brick that's going to go across our 2 studs at the front, and then coming back to our main piece here, we're going to stick this across the top here where our 10-8 brick was, give us that curved top like that. Yeah, Brandon, after we've done Mario Kart, we'll be moving on to Krusty Burger. That's our next step that we'll be doing. Then I may or may not have Arkham Asylum by then. I'll see if I can see if I pick it up. Then we need the graduated joint connector here, and we're going to stick that into a pin. These cross joint with longer pin ends. and then there's going to be a spacer that slides across this longer pin here like that, and then at the end of that, so make sure I get this the right way around, we're going to stick a round connector there. Then onto that we'll stick a round tube, and then we'll stick another pin in the end of that, followed by the next cylinder in black. That's that one. Then we'll do another one. That's some engine piping. I think there's grey, some silver ones there. I don't think it's the silver ones, definitely the grey ones. That goes around here, and then here. Then we've got our cylinder. So these two done, we're going to stick these facing each other into our graduated connector piece here. Look like that. Could be the back of a seat maybe. Then spinning round to this side, we're going to look at this front here. We're going to get a 2x3 brick, going to add a single cheese wedge to the corner, then a double cheese wedge, we've got a 2x2 plate at the back in tan colour, and then we've got a single cheese wedge going in there as well. To that we'll stick a 2x2 blue tile here, and underneath that we'll stick an upward facing blue bracket. There's a lot of blue pieces in this set. There we go. And then this is going to go upward facing sideways into the front there like that. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Our cheese wedges on. Goes on this side, so now this is what that part is looking like. Then we're going to stick some log bricks in the inside bit here. Then we're going to get a red 1x6. Can add one of these pieces which I used for the first time the other day. Seems to be a fairly new piece or element. Then we're going to use a 1x2 version of that. Continue the curved look. Then we've got a 1x1 round in black going on, and then a couple of yellow 1x1 plate clips going into. Stick a 1x3 blue tile across the top of that. Then on its side here, I'm going to stick one of these 1x2 rounds with the bars going through onto those clips that we just added. It's going to go then on the top facing out there. Yep, you guessed it, we'll do the same now on the other side. this one goes on the side. Then on top here we get a couple of 2x3s and also some 1x3s. 2x3s go across here, studs facing upwards. Okay. And then the 1x3s facing downwards next to that there, like so. And we've got some lever arms here. I'm going to stick one on there. So these were the pins we stuck on the first step. They go in there facing upwards like this. And then around that we are going to build this, which is a 2x4 in black, blue upward facing brackets. Let's get this out of the way. Goes in the middle, studs there. And we'll stick a 1x2 with the rounded ends on top of that, followed by a 1x2 with studs on brick there. Then we'll have some 1x3s going either side. Underneath them we'll stick a 1x1 round into each of those 1x3s just to level the base up. Then we've got these corner plates going in the top, followed by some 1x1 rounds. Then we've got these downward facing brackets in tan. We've got two going at the front and two running along the back as well. And then this piece is going to go around the ends over this side, added to the back there. And we're going to add to the base of that, so we get a 1x6 here, add some 1x1 rounds to each end. We've got these shallower curved pieces. Again, these are new-ish, I think, in our elements. These are going to go, these shallow ones go on there, and then these go on the end to be level, so we'll end up with something like this. Then we'll add a 2x6 tile across the back of these on the studs in blue, flip this over, stick a 1x6 plate under there to level that off, and then this can stick into our brackets that we've added, and that gives us a nice sort of curved back here. Well, could be the back, could be the front, who knows, of the carts. Then these next things we're going to build two of. So we've got these steeper sloped pieces. Need to add a 1x1 plate into the bottoms of those. These go on top here, give us a bit of curvature at the top. Then we get some 1x1 tiles to cover up the studs next to that. We'll end up covering that up there like that. Then down this side we're going to get a 2x4 stick a log brick in the ends. 1x3 brick goes across. Then we've got a 1x3 plate here and a 1x4 plate going this way. 2x3 plate goes across there where they join up. 1x3 there. Stick a tile across there, followed by a 1x2 with the rounded ends just on there. Then we stick our double cheese wedges down this side, followed by a single one there, gives a bit of a angle on the ends. Then we've got some sloped pieces here, and there. And then this piece is going to clip onto this side. That's how Now that's getting curved back that side. Now we'll probably do the other side. Tile on there, then we've got a 1x2 rounded ends, then we'll stick our cheese wedges down. Then we've got our sloped pieces. Piece goes on this side. Now we've got that fully curved around this side. And usually I've got 2 of these left over. So I feel like I've missed something somewhere, but we'll carry on. So bag number 4. Smaller bag again. Lots of red in this bag. I want to try to get some sort of bag 8 today, so we're halfway there. Good sign. So then we've got these sloped bricks here. These are going to go on these 2x3s we just added over there. And we've got this big axle type piece we're going to build here. So upside down 2x6, going to stick a 1x4 plate into the bottom there like that. Then we've got these 1x8s in red that are going to connect by 3 studs and go outwards. And on here we'll stick a 1x6 right on top here. Then we've got these 2x2 inverted curved pieces. Run these up here, just like that. Then we get some 1x2s and 1x1s. Going to add 1x1s to the base here of the 1x2s and stick a 1x1 round plate on top. Yep, done both of those. Next, these go on each end here, what we just built. Then we'll add another set of 1x8s on top of that. Sandwich all those together. Then we get 8 1x1 Technic bricks with holes in. 6, 8. And then we're going to add 4 of them on each end with the holes facing sideways. This way, over there on both ends. Into that we'll stick this 8 length pin. It'll go from the inside out on both sides, and then we'll stick one of these stopper pieces all the way to the ends. Then we get a 1x8 yellow brick and stick that in there, seal up where the pins went in. A couple more 1x1 rounds on each end here. 1 by 2 there, and then we've got 3 of these shallow curved bricks. One down this side. Then we have a 2 by 2 plate, followed by a 1 by 4, and then another 2 by 2 there. Then this end we're going to do the same as we did before. So we've got these curved pieces and 1 by 2. Then across the back here we've got these curved pieces again, double and single ones, and we also have a 1 by 8 in white. Single ones go in each end, and we've got the double ones, and our white 1 by 8 goes down the middle. We get 2 1 by 8 plates, a couple of 1 by 1s as well. 1 by 1s go at the front here on each end. Then we'll run our 2 1 by 8 red plates across the back, like this. A couple of white 1 by 2 plates go on top of the 2 by 2s we just added. Then we can add a 1 by 2 plate to each end, and then a 2 by 3 white plate goes across all of that each end. Then we've got some downward facing red brackets. Got 4 of these, so 2 of each end. So it looks like this. And then also 4 upward facing ones. Again, 2 on each end. And we get some 1 by 4 bricks. We're going to add, make sure I add these to the right side. We're going to add these to those brackets on the back, like that. And we've got to build 4 of these next things, so we've got 4 of these curved bricks. Just fill it in the centre with our 1 by 2 plates. These are going to go. First one's on these front brackets, back one's on the 1 by 4s. Do that each end. Across the top we'll stick a 1 by 3 tile. Then we'll stick our 1 by 2 with a cross pin in the centre, and on top of that we'll stick a 2 by 2 round tile, and then we're going to stick some single white cheese wedges, 4 of these, into 2 of the corners on the 2 by 3. And there's still more to add. Then we're going to get some 1 by 1 plates and tiles and stick them together. They're going to go in the middle between our cheese wedges that we just added on each side. It's looking like this now. I think we're going to add it to this central column here where we've got this gap. Let's get this right, let's do that way round. This way round. It's going to slide into there. So we've got something that looks like this now. And then we're going to run a pin through this center column here. We've got these levers we stuck in earlier, and now they're connected into the structure. Then this end we've got these 2x2 modified pins on the ends. They go in, upward facing white brackets each end here, and then a 1x2 with the rounded ends in the middle to level that off. Then we run a 1x6 across the back of all of that, and then 2 yellow 1x3s go on the inside here on each side. And we get a 1x3 plate and add a double cheese wedge and a single white cheese wedge. Goes on this side. I'm sure now, yeah, we'll do the other side too. Then on the top here, we're going to stick these 2x2 modified pieces with studs on, and also stick at the end here a double white cheese wedge onto the ends to make it look like this. That's the end of bag 4. So moving on to bag 5, which is slightly bigger than the last one. Lots of black pieces this time. Well, I guess we're moving on to sort of engine territory now. Like it. So continuing around this back section, we want a couple of 1x3 bricks in black and a couple of 1x2 bricks too. One by 2 goes in here, so I need one, sorry, not two, and then our 1x3 goes on the outside on each side there. Then we need a 1x2 brick, but a Technic one with 2 pins and a single cheese wedge. Cheese wedge is going to go on the ends sideways like this. Onto that pin we're going to stick a Technic tube, and we'll stick an axle in the end, this end, and then a single Technic brick with a cross hole in it. Other end, another Technic pin goes in the top. We're then going to stick this, which way around is going to go, just into the end on this side, so it looks like that, sticking upwards. And I guess it's more of the same for the other side. Tube goes in, axle in here, Technic brick here, and then this will go this side. Then we're going to build one of these sort of canopy type things. We're going to stick an axle into this connector, Add another connector, and each end of one of these 3 prong pieces. That's going to go into these pins here, like that. Then we get a 1x6 in black, going to stick an upward facing bracket into that. One end, one the other end. And onto that stick these 1x2 with the rounded ends. And then we've got a 2x2 curved piece. One goes this side, on the other side. That's going to run across the back here. There's a bit of curvature there. Then this centre piece here, we're going to get a 2x3, going to run a dark bluish grey 1x6 across it like this, and another 2x3, and then a 2x2 modified with the studs in the middle facing outwards like that. Then we get a 2x3 brick, going to add that on each side here. And then we get a 2x2 round plate that's going to go in the middle there. And we've got our corner plates in black. One there, one here, and then they go into the base of our 2x3s like this. And then we've got some panel pieces in black. And then they go on those studs that were hanging over. Then we've got another couple more of our corner plates. They go on top of our panels. Gives us a little indent there. And then this can go into this centerpiece here. Push that down, puts that sort of engine bit up at the back. Then there's a light at the front. For the light we get a 2x3 plate and a 2x4 plate, stick them together. Then we've got that upward facing 1x2 bracket at the end like this. Then we're going to add 2 1x4 trans orange tiles to give us a, is it a light? I'm not sure if it's a light or it's supposed to be engine, but that's going to sit in the middle at the back there like that. Then on top of that we've got a 2x2 sloped piece that goes on top of our light, followed by a regular 1x2 black brick here just behind it. Slide that to the side, we get a 2x6 brick and a 2x2 round plate into the middle this time. And either side of that we're going to stick a couple of 2x2 tiles in black in. Two by 3 plate on top, and then a 2x2 brick underneath in there at the back. Then we have a 1x6 plate that goes underneath. Stick this top bit here with some tiles, 1x2 and a 2x2 to cover up those studs. And then these are going to go into overhang there at the back, like so. Look here. Then at the back, we seem to have some network issues here. Apologies, those that are experiencing some buffering. Don't know what's going on there. Going to stick our 1x1 plate onto our curved piece. These go next to those 1x1 rounds. Snap a 1x6 black plate and dark bluish grey one. Then we'll add some curved pieces to each end. These are going to go, where are these going to go? These are going to go across here in the middle. And then we've got these larger bricks here. They're going to go in this middle bit here to give us a bit of a curved engine back. It's looking a bit like this now at the moment. Then we're going to get 4 of these hinges here, add the inserts in. On each of those we're going to add a 2x2 round plate in black. And then each of those we have a light bluish grey 2x2 round tile going on top too. So I've done all 4 of those. These are going to sit in a stepped view across the back here. Like the engine at the back. Then we've got these macaroni tiles as well. They're going to run along each side too, just to cover in that there. Then we've got 2 more things here, so we've got to build these exhausts. So we've got these like trunk pieces here, going to add in this axle or rod piece into each side. And then we've got a 2x2 round tile that goes into 2x2 round plates. These are going to slide on as well, all the way down. Then we've got this large cone here, going to slide on too. And then we're going to get a 4x4 round plate dark bluish grey 2x2 round brick in the centre. Add another one on top of that one. Skipped a step there. And we're going to surround this with these larger panel pieces. So they've got on both the ones with the yellow print on. A plain one here and then a yellow printed one there. Upside down, that doesn't help. Do the same on the other one. So you have a printed side and a plain side. Then we're going to add this yellow dome piece to the top. And then we can get this the right way around. That needs to slide on theirs for the exhaust. There's the exhaust piece. So done both of those, yep. Thick. And then these are going to go into those pieces there. So we have the exhausts coming out the back there. That's cool. That's in the bag 5. Bag 6. Let's slide the cart out of the way then, and on with this bit. So we've got a curved piece here, and we've got one of these 1x1 curved with the pins on the end. We're going to add 1x3 blue tile to the top of that. This is going to go, where's this going? Around the side of our cart over this side. Then on top here we have a macaroni piece, 3 upward facing bracket pieces, 1x1 round 2. So we're going to add macaroni on the outside here, got 1x1 in there, and we have upward facing bracket, upward facing bracket there, and one on this side. Then we get a downward facing bracket, another one, and then we have a large slope piece, goes on the outside, and clips on, that clips on the outside there too, so we've got something looking like this now on the outside. Then we get a 2x2 modified there, and a 1x2 brick on top, and a downward facing white bracket. There. Douche, douche. on the wrong side. I'm going to do the same anyway to both sides, but actually around this side. That goes in there. Goes on this side now. Then we get a 2x3 and a 1x3 plate onto that, and then another one, then we'll add a tile on top, and then this one runs across the back. 1x4 here, stick a tan coloured 1x2 tile in the middle. We've got a squished brick going down one end in dark bluish grey and one in red at the other end. Then have a curved piece down this end and an upward facing bracket at the other end. Run across here at the back. Then we're going to put a curvature thing around the back here, so we get two 1x2 plates. Going to snap these together. There you go, one on here, one on this side. Back we stick a 1x2 tile, and this can clip into the back here, so just to curve that side up. Then across the back we've got some white pieces here, we've got these curved pieces here, single ones going next to each other, and then we've got a double one go on next. Then we get our 1x4 plate, and we get a 1x3, and a shallow curved piece in front with a 1x1 round on, with a 1x2 plate at the back. And then we've got an Erling brick at the back. We'll add 1x1 plate to that. Then we have one of the 1x4 hinge pieces in white going into there. This can then go across the front section here. We've got that all going on. And then we get a 2x3, and we're going to stick a 2x3 tile on top of that. Oh, cool, Lego building endurance will be a good one. Quite like building ships. Tile goes in the front here. And then we're going to build another section now. It's going to go into these handles that sit in here. So for that we get an upward facing yellow bracket, 1x2 plate at the back. And then we've got our 1x2 double clip, and then we've got a upward facing bracket as well in green. Onto these we'll stick a 1x2 with a cheese wedge on it, a yellow one and a dark bluish grey one in opposite directions like this. here we're going to stick in a couple of tan 1x1 plates. Oh, made a mistake there. She goes on here. Might get the instructions there. Oh, goes on there, and then we're going to stick a single white bracket. That there, blue, that's supposed to go in there, but it doesn't quite fit, it's a bit snug. And then we have another one facing the other way on here, and we stick a 1x1 round into the back there. And then this clips in to this gap like that. And on top here we had a 2x4 red plates, and then we've got some squished bricks in red on there, one here, one there, and then we're going to cover this up. 2x4, get a modified 1x4, 2 studs there, add another one next to it, slate brick on the end, then we've got a panel piece over this side, 1x2 plate goes on this end, and a downward facing bracket, 1x2 plate there. Then we have a 1x2 tile, and then we've got a couple of double cheese wedges in white go next to it here. We're going to flip this over, hopefully, and then this will sit in into here, so it's like that. Right. It's supposed to sit a little snugger than that. See, that's what it's doing. Yeah, stick a 1x4 over here, so stopping us here, do you think? I've got extra plate there, that should get us in, and this goes over the top, and then around the edge then we're going to add some cheese wedges in. Then we go on the inside here, and then we're going to add some black cheese wedges in here. Hey Mammoth, no, I don't have the Dark Falcon, I didn't get that one. I've only got the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, but I haven't got the Dark Falcon. I never streamed the Millennium Falcon because I built that during COVID before I had a YouTube channel. So we're going to work on the other side now. So it's going to be the same as we did before. So we're building out this side cart area. So we've got the macaroni going in. One by one round there. And we've got some upward facing brackets. Then we've got our downward facing bracket again with the longer blue slope. Go sideways on here. And we've got our modified 2x2. Going to stick a 1x2 brick onto the top of that. Downward facing white bracket. Sit in the middle here. This one runs across the back, and then we get a 1x4 here. A 1x2 tan tile in the middle, and then the squish bricks each end, again the red and the dark bluish grey ones. And we have an upward facing bracket, and then a curved white piece. And across the back. Couple of 1x2 plates in blue snapped together, and our blue curved pieces on top. Stick a 1x2 tile on top of those studs there, and then we can stick this in the side to curve the back. Then we've got our white curved pieces again. Running across the inside bit. Our rolling brick in the back again with our white 1x1 plate. And then our 1x4 bracket. And go across the front. This plate and tile together can fill the front. And then we'll do the centerpiece again, which is that yellow bracket 1x2 plate. 1x2 double with a clip, green bracket, our top insert again. Sits in the top. Then we've run our 1x4 modified across there. Now with these both done, we've got these large red curved pieces, 4 of these, and a 2x4 tile. 2x4 tile going at the back on each side, and then these curved pieces just sitting on top. You can see how the side of that go-kart is looking now. See. Then we're going to add a few more cheese wedges around the edge. Finish this side off. Then that's, I think it's this bag done then. Just added those cheese wedges around the edge there. So now bag 7, I think this will be our last bag of the day. It's about halfway through. And I'm getting quite warm in this Lego room today. It's quite warm here in the UK. So we'll finish off on this bag. Plus I think my internet's having some issues as well today for some reason. So bag 7, final bag. So we're going to do the steering column now, which will be fun. So we'll start with that one. Start with a 2x6 plate. I'm going to add a 2x2 plate into the base there. And on the back here we've got the 1x4 curved end plates in black. One there. Find the other one. There it is. That goes on there. Then on top here we put a 2x4 plate on. We have a upward facing bracket on the end. And a 2x3 plate just behind. 2x4 plate right across there. Put that to the side. Get a Technic brick. Stick a pin through that. Now we'll stick another 1x2 with a hole in through that and connect to the end. Then we've got these Technic bricks here with these pins on, back to back at the ends. Another plate then runs off behind that. And some 2x4s in back on top. Then we've got these really large brackets here that hang down, followed by 1x2 rounded ends, and one of those 2x3s or 2x2s with the curved end too. If we flip this over, these round ends, we then have a 1x2 plate, and then we've got these 1x2s with the loop at the end. Then we're going to stick some microphones into the end here, also ball joints, so they just slide in there, and some upward facing brackets. Then two of these, so some 1x4s. Stick a 1x2 tile on each end. Those, where are they going? They then go down either side here. Upside down. Upside down here. Then we'll add some 1x4 tiles next to that. Flip over to this side, we're going into some red now, so we've got some upward facing brackets, one stud connected. Then we've got a 4x6 plate going on top, then another 4x6 covering the brackets too. Then we'll have a 1x, these two larger curved pieces. We have a 2x4. The jumper tiles here. And then somewhere there's a 1x4. There it is. So 1x4 on first. We've got our jumpers. We've got these curved pieces. Then we're going to get a long plate here. Going to stick a 1x1 tile on the end, and a 1x6, 1x1. Flip that over. We then got we've got two of these inverted pieces with loops on, and also just a regular 2x2 plate that goes on first, and our looped pieces next, and a 1x6 plate. Then we'll stick a 1x2 plate at the end again. And then we have a curved piece, inverted one at the end there. This end we're going to stick a 1x2 with the rounded ends, and then a skinny upward facing bracket goes across the end point there. To secure that, we've got an inverted curved piece that snaps in over that side. Then coming over the top, we're going to add some wedges here. So we've got a single one again in red, double one there, double one there, and a single one there. This end will stick a 1x2 tile. Open it this way, we'll then get a pin and an arm there, kilo technic pin in. These clip into our loops like this, and then this is going to attach to the side of our column that we've already built, and at the top here let's stick a 1x3 sloped black brick onto our bracket. Then we'll come around now and do the same on the other side. Sticks on this side. That's sort of our steering column starting to form. And this top section here, let's start with 4x6 with a double cheese wedge in the top. Continue running our cheese wedges down the side. We've got 2x4 here. I'm going to run these curved bricks down both sides. Run a 2x6 tile across and a 1x6. Then we'll flip this over, stick a 1x3 plate on each side here, and then upward facing bracket on the top of each of those, and then we'll stick a cheese wedge in. Then we've got an inverted piece here, going to stick a 1x1 plate on. Do that twice, and these can go either side here and here then. This is going to then sit on top here at the back. Then we're going to get one of these pieces and thread it through that axle piece that we've got, or pin piece we've got through here. Then we get a connector and an axle, and another one. And another one. Put our big steering wheel on the end of that, this, and then this can slide down here like that. Then coming around here, we're going to attach these microphones or these balls to those front ones that we stuck on earlier like this. And then we get ready with the full length rod here, which is probably going to secure it once it's in place. That's into the bag. We'll go back. Yeah, it looks about right. And then that goes through there like that. So it gives us our steering column. I don't think it works yet because we haven't connected it. Oh, it does work. There you go. Turn the steering wheel, you can see the wheels move. And then exhaust. So, as I said, that's the end of bag 7. So that's where we're going to end today. So let's go to the main camera. As a result of getting about halfway, so 7 bags in, we've currently got the cart looking like this. We've got all the engine and exhaust at the back. We've got the axles in there ready for the wheels, and we've got the steering column ready to go there. I think my steering wheel is actually upside down, so probably need to take that out and change that. Oh no, it's the right way up. There you go. So we've got the steering wheel on the right way, and we've got the pedals there, which is what those for Mario to go accelerate and brake. So that's it for today. You can join me next time. We'll be finishing this build off and doing from bag 8 through to 17. Then yes, about, well, I'm not quite halfway, am I? So 17 bags, nearly halfway. But we'll finish off next time. Won't be next weekend because it's the bank holiday in the UK, but we'll probably be the following weekend. So keep an eye on the channel for when I post a second stream for the finale of finishing this off. And as I said earlier, after this one's done, we'll be moving on to Krusty Burger set as well. So we'll be building that again. I'll put that on the channel when we understand whether we're going to finish this one or not. So as always, if you enjoyed the stream, do hit the like button as well, just so that I know that you enjoyed it. And if you want to stick around for more streams, why not hit that subscribe button as well, so you can see future streams. All my other streams that I've done for all the other sets as well, also available on the channel. So have a route around there under streams if you want to check out some of the previous builds we've done on the channel too. So that's it for today. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, enjoy yourself. And until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you then.